Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is,
Diana.
and it is, I'm told it's episode 358, so we're going with the sign.
The sign's probably right.
The sign's probably right. I have no idea what's going on anymore. It's the 12th of February. The last clue went out today. My dad got older today. My cat jumped in the shower with me today. It's already been a very exciting day today. I know nobody sees this till Wednesday, so I've had a good solid 48 hours to recover from today. I feel like I might need a solid 48 hours to recover from
Yeah,
today.
it sounds like it's been a day. I've not had that much day.
And I haven't even done things like take garbages out yet for the week. So it's just like all sorts
Well,
of
that promises to
weird
be a
things
whole other
still
adventure.
occur. It's great. It's all right. So while we sit and chat, I'm gonna drink some decaf coffee out of my mug you bought me.
Nice.
My ceramic
I do
pottery
like that
mug.
mug.
I love this mug. It's so good. And I can hear it as it fills up because of the bubbles. It
Ah,
makes different sounds as it fills up, so I could tell when it's close to the top, which is really nice.
I like my one that I got too,
Ooh.
except for the fact that it makes pouring latte art extra difficult because the surface area changes so dramatically near the top.
Whoops.
But I don't have that one today. I have one of our branded mugs, and I
Woohoo.
swear I'll get that Shopify store working at some point.
There you
Maybe we can do a birthday sale. There's my deadline. Birthday sale.
go. You do realize it means you have to have it done by the end of this month, right? So we can have, no, before the end of this
Yeah.
month, so we can have stuff up in there for birthday sales.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
If I give myself a deadline, it'll happen. And now
I
I've
don't
said it on the
know.
internet, so it has to happen.
I don't know. You've said deadlines before. Guys, I'll sit on our head if necessary. I would really like the site to be up and running again. And it's literally something I can't do. Like I can't even take it off her plate and do it for her. I can't even
I don't know
help.
where they hide. I couldn't even talk you through it. I don't know where they hide all the buttons.
Oh God, who knows, right? All right. So while we both sit here working on our things, drinking our bevies, I do not have a lot to talk about. I'm in the middle of a 2 week sweater challenge. I don't know if you know.
Well,
I'm,
tell
tr-
us about your 2 week sweater
I'm
challenge.
trying to knit a DK weight sweater in 2 weeks, 14
How's that
days,
going for you?
a fortnight, if you will. Not so great. Which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Technically, if we go to the letter of the law for the challenge, I have till Sunday.
Okay.
Go by the spirit of the challenge, I have till Friday. I think I
Okay.
might lean towards the letter of the challenge and give myself those extra 2 days where because I didn't cast on Friday, right? So I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody remembers I was going to cast on the Tar Sweater by Melanie Burke. And then we got on Friday, me and Louise on her channel, Wildflower Wool. And we started talking, and I got rubber necked, rubber armed, talked into, went sideways, changed my mind. However we want to phrase it, they're all accurate statements. Um, I went pretty. I went in a different direction and picked an entirely different sweater. Cool, go me. But it did mean I had to read a pattern. I try to give myself a day or two to do that because of the visual impairment, and most patterns are published in PDFs, not Word documents. So it's difficult for me to read them or have them read to me. So I got that done. I got the gauge swatch done, and then I finally cast it on Sunday evening. So it's going fine. Phaedra loves my project bag, by the way. Did you see that Instagram post I did one morning? All you could
There have
see
been
was
several.
the top of this bag. All you could see was just this part here, just the top bit. And then it was
Yeah.
blue, which was my leg under my blanket because we were knitting in bed that morning, and cat on the other side.
Mhm.
Because she really, really loves the cat bag. So this is the cat bag from So Shannon that I got for Christmas.
Of course, the cat loves the cat bag.
And the cat loves cat bag. Well, the cat specifically loves doctor bags. Because when the doctor bag is
Um,
open, we can, in the case of the Hello Bees bag, which is also a So Shannon bag, we get into the whole bag. Never mind, she's a 20-pound overweight cat. She fits because she is liquid. So sometimes I will find my Hello Bees bag with all the contents pitched out and my cat in it. That happens to me on a fairly regular basis where I will wake up in the morning and she's decided my purse, because I use the Hello Bees bag as like a regular purse with a project shoved in it. I will regularly find my wallet, my lip gloss, my sunglasses, my everything all over the place. My face masks, right? Like, because I keep a package of the what are the ones that they sell? N95s, N96, whatever those ones.
Yeah.
I keep a plastic thingy with two of them in there for use on interior places. I will find them all over the floor, and I will find my cat in my bag on the coffee table. So Dr. Banks, she's a fan. So is Mom. I like Dr. Banks too. This one's purple on the inside. Can you see the sweater? Because the sweater is also purple. There's a sweater in there.
So let's see how much sweater there is.
I go, wait, there's lotion from also with it. It's important. She got me the serious sized tubes this year. I really like that lotion. Really nice lotion. Okay, stuff everywhere. Because if you think I am not still working, we have another thing coming for you folks. So the rules that me and Louise agreed to when we started this challenge 3-4 years ago. Quick, when did we start this challenge? Jocelyn doesn't remember.
I don't even know.
It was during the
At least three.
pandemic. At least
It's at
three.
least three.
At least three, possibly four. I'm not sure. It's fine. Anyway, I'm trying to turn my project right side out. Inside out, right side out. I can't tell because it's such a dark purple. I've decided to go with a DK vintage from Barocco. They're vintage DK. So we're roughly 50-50. We're roughly 50-50. It's like a wool acrylic blend. And it's in this gorgeous, gorgeous purple. Like, look at that grapefruity, eggplanty purple.
It's reading a bit gray on my screen, but the yarn looks lovely.
It's purple.
I believe you.
So that's fine. I'm not that far down the body. I have split for the sleeves, so like I've done the widest part of my shoulders. I've done the widest part of my shoulders twice, because I messed up. Great, absolutely.
Because of course.
Because of course. So I've gone down about 6-7 inches on the body. I'm about a hand's width. Ooh, maybe 8-9 inches. Don't get excited, folks. My body is 22 inches from underarm to finished hemline, so I still have at least another 12 inches to go.
It's just a few, one or two.
Round knitting. This is a full sleeve sweater, so I still have 2 full sleeves to go, and I have the wingspan of a snowy owl. So I have a lot of knitting left. I'm not sure for sure. I can't, not by Friday. I can't be done by Friday. I can be done the body and possibly a sleeve by Friday, but I can't, not without breaking the rules. And I agreed when we first started this challenge that for a designated period of day, a work day, so 9 hours. So like assume a half-hour commute, an 8-hour work day, a half-hour commute home. I can't work on this because that's not fair. Because Louise works outside the home. So she can't work on her knitting stuff during the workday either. So to make the challenge fair, I can only work on it on days that Louise also has off or would conceivably not be at work. Which is good because, guys, I actually have work to do. Like, I have to work to eat. So, like, other stuff has to happen first before I can knit. However,
Fair enough.
I still have the full yoke and part of a body of a sweater and a 48-inch bust in less than 7 days. No, just over
That's not
7.
bad.
Yeah, just over 7 days because I casted this on after we recorded on Sunday last week.
Yeah. Okay.
So this
Holy,
this is a week's worth of work
that's some progress.
in DK. So That's why I'm like, I think I'm going to stick to the letter of the rules this time and keep pushing to see if I can do it in 14 days, even if my 14 days started 2 days late and end 2 day late for the official challenge. So I'm
That seems
still
reasonable.
making a lot of progress. I'm just not necessarily quite on time with the challenge. And yeah, I'm gonna take a break after this because I am doing some hardcore knitting nights. I might take the week after off, and just do some things like sewing or like some lighter crafting, not such
Yeah.
intense hand crafting. Noting that part
Yeah.
of my work is designing knitwear patterns. So like part of my day is knitting for work, and then I also knit for fun. I might take a week off, guys. We might make it the
That's
Diana
entirely
show.
reasonable. I
I
mean,
don't
your
want to go
hands
back
might
to,
appreciate a week off.
oh, they would, and I definitely don't want to have braces on my wrists again. So any way to avoid that nonsense, I will happily
Oh
take.
my gosh, yes. We don't need
Happily.
that.
I don't need to be wearing my braces again if I can at all avoid it. So I may take a week off. Heads up. I might
Reasonable.
embroider or something. Maybe I'll try cross stitch. I've got lots of things to try.
I think that'd be fun. And would use a completely different set of muscles.
It would. It would. Maybe I'll get off my keister and order that baby loom I keep eyeballing and start making tiny little woven projects and learn how to weave finally.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It's on the list. Peeps, it's on the list. So's macrame, if I'm honest. So's Grandma Cottagecore, here I come. Yeah.
Macrame's not on my list. That one doesn't intrigue me
No,
for whatever reason.
that's fine.
That's like the only one
I
that doesn't.
I really only like the macrame wall art. Like I like the big elaborate knotwork wall art pieces.
Okay.
Not so much most of the rest of it. But that's fine. I love knitting for garments. I don't do knitting for stuffed animals. Like everyone's got their preferences, right? I'm also making bags, so I like the idea of the macrame for zipper tags,
Ah,
which I
that'd
think
be
would be
cute.
fun and different from stitch markers and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Some hefty zipper pulls. I think those would be fun. Again,
nice.
same with weaving. Would I like to have a room-sized loom? Absolutely. I would love to be able
Oh
to
my
do
God, who wouldn't?
the 14th century, 11th century wall tapestries. I am not there yet. I need to start with the small one that makes bookmarks or like
Yeah.
table placemats, like a table-sized one, so I can make placemats and stuff. I am
There we
not
go.
ready for
Some
anything
vegetable
more
matter in that.
intense.
Get out of there. There's a
Not
stabby
ready.
thing in my wool.
Why is there a stabby thing in your wall?
I don't know. I removed it though.
Okay.
No, just some
So
plant matter.
there you go. That's my first project. And literally to give myself a break, I'm working on something different while we record. Otherwise, I have been monogamous.
Well, I suppose I should talk about my sweater then, because I think at some point I said I might have it done for the end of the 2 week sweater challenge, because
Yep,
I started it for last year's 2 week sweater challenge.
absolutely.
Ah. So this is the Mr. Diana Steinkriger. And the color work is progressing.
Hey, look at
Look at
that.
that. Look at that color work. Is it done yet? No. Did I remember to look at my sweater that I made last year to see if I did in fact do these solid stripes as stripes or if I had alternated them? Because I'm doing this on a chart that was designed for
Three colors.
the main color plus 2 shades of blue,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm making it the main color and one contrast color. So I'm modifying it a little bit to make it work,
You didn't look at
which
your
is what I
sweater,
did on
did
my
you?
sweater, and it was fine. And I forgot to look at my sweater, so I don't know if because in the chart, the solid white stripes here
Mm,
are alternating the two blues.
yes.
And I can't remember if I alternated with the main color or if I did solid stripes on my sweater. Uh, so,
Because
we're hoping. If I got it wrong, I will have some duplicate stitching to do.
okay.
But I have to, actually look at my sweater before I do the next row because it's another possibly solid stripe. I'm pretty sure I did solid stripes. I'm like 88% certain. I was gonna say like 95 and then it just dropped. I'm like 88.
88%. Oh boy.
I'm
Okay.
like 88% certain I did it with
You're
solid
a
stripes.
solid B level of certain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, and then I've got one more round of decreases, and so is I'm in the decreasing part, so it's gonna go a lot faster, and I'm very excited
Yes.
about it because apparently I need to have this done by Friday by my own declaration.
You choose your own deadlines here, my dear.
Well, I'm pretty sure I said something about it at some point. So let's
You
say
you did.
for the next recording, I should
Okay.
have a finished sweater.
That's
I make no promises about having the armpits stitched closed or having any of my ends woven in, but it should be off the needles.
as far as the 2 week sweater challenge is concerned, off the needles is a finish.
Okay. So off the needles by next recording.
Yeah.
I think I can manage that. That seems reasonable. That seems entirely reasonable. I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
your
so the pattern is Steinkriger and the yarn is Cascade Eco Plus. And it's lovely and squishy and woolly, and I'm very excited to take silly matching photos. I also really got to get it done because
you're
it's
like out of
decided it's
winter.
spring around here. Like there's daffodils coming up.
Yeah, your winter ends real quick.
It normally goes for at least another month. This year is really weird. We should not have daffodils at the beginning of February. I mean, we don't have daffodils, they're just like sprouting, but like that's really early.
That's okay. We're dropping here down to our third attempt at winter, fourth attempt at winter. We've
An attempt.
we've left the -1 +1 +2, and we're going to slide down to a very reasonable, seasonable -15 over the course of the next few
Ah,
days.
that is entirely reasonable.
So
We're hovering around 0.
we're going to attempt. We'll see how long it lasts this time.
We're not even attempting. Like the
Uh,
daffodils are coming up. I'm very confused.
I
I'm
was
not sad. I'm just confused.
I was getting concerned I wouldn't have any snow for my birthday, which is a very rare phenomenon down here.
Yeah, that basically never happens.
I can count the number of times I've lived in southern Manitoba with no snow in March, like on one hand over the course of like 4 decades. I mean, I spent some of that time out and away from the province, like chunks of years while I was growing up in other places. But it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Usually we have lots of snow. Sometimes we have just a bit of snow. I am closing off a round on this granny square that I'm working on.
I'm just lamenting that I've run out of yarn for the thing that I'm working on.
Did you pre-wind off a ball of yarn?
No, of course I didn't, because I thought I had more yarn than that.
She does this to herself, folks. She does this to herself.
I do, yeah. Well, I'll fix that when we take a break.
I am working on the granny square blanket of, I suspect I'm going to end up calling it Blanket of Doom, the second edition, knowingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I am
Don't
making
know why you
a,
do it to yourself.
I love how it looks when it's finished, but I need to take a break in between because I can't bring myself to look at squares afterwards. I am making out of scrap yarn from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. and currently one Advent mini collection. No guarantee that it won't be two Advent collections by the time I'm done. I'm going to make myself a blanket, partially inspired because Diane is using her Advent calendar to make a fingering weight version, partially inspired by Erin herself, who is making a DK weight version by holding two strands of fingering together, and partially because, oh my god, I have so many scraps. I
Fair.
have so many scraps. I have to use them or lose them, and I've given myself till July. If they are not in and spoken for a project, they are out the door. I am
Ooh,
not keeping
harsh.
them. Well, what are my options? Keep them and keep piling them up and going, I'll get to them someday? No. No, this is how we become hoarders. And we become those
Um,
people that our memes get made out of. And I don't want that in my life. Nor do I want the clutter and just the ugh. Like, I don't want the ugh. And when your space is cluttered and not clean, like it drags on you, right? So
yeah.
I wanna be able to clean things up and just have, if I have stuff, have it be stuff that I am actively using or is actively waiting to be used because there's only so many hours in a day. You know what I mean? So lots of scrap projects are coming, which is perfect because we're going to make bonus content about scrap projects. So I am working on a tiny square. Trying to figure out how to show off this color. It's a pretty dark color I'm working in.
It's
Nothing
a cute little
fancy.
square.
It's a solid granny square, which means it doesn't have the little gaps in between. It's just solid across the rows. This is not Advent soft color yarn. This is left over from my midwinter collection. So I did a midwinter mittens hat cowl collection, and this is a
Hmm.
leftover DK from that. So
Oh,
this grouping of DK stuff actually came from a grab bag. So I picked up a grab bag of 6 single skeins from Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co. And I have been slowly working through them. However, tragically, because I bought this at a show, Erin didn't put big stickers on it like she does for the stuff for me because she likes it when I can read the stuff out. The names out. Erin, I'm sorry. I don't know which one this is. And I forgot to look in advance. So
yeah,
we
no.
printed it for regular sighted people, and it's great for them, and it's not good for Jocelyn. But I literally I shoved all of my scrap DK weight yarn. Some of them are in Ziploc bags because I was using the bags to keep the colors separate. Some of them are just leftover bits of skeins not in bags. And they're just in my divided dice bag that I made. And I just shoved them
Nice.
all in there. So now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna make 4 squares each, and I will connect these with a different color string in the corner. So I know that the red string means advent calendar and different color string means not. That way I can keep the two of them separate. So I can build the bottom corner of my blanket with one half with one full advent. And then I can decide how big I want the blanket to be, right? Because then I'll decide how I'm gonna join. Am I just gonna sew it together? Or am I gonna join it with like a single crochet? I'm gonna join it with like a slip stitch crochet and do like nice little pretty borders essentially in a neutral color. Am I going to make it a Battenberg blanket? In which case I'm putting a neutral colored square in between each of the squares. Like I haven't decided yet. But I
Mm,
do know that I need 50 billion little squares, approximately.
approximately.
Well, if each square is 3 inches, and if we're honest, I will probably won't stop till I make a bed blanket size, which means close to a king size mattress, because I like queen size with drape on the sides, so we're pretty much a king size bed, right? I have to make 80 inches by 80 inches in 3 inch increments,
Cool.
approximately
Fun
50
fact.
billion squares.
Okay, yeah. Accurate.
I thought my math was great.
Checks out.
Checks out. I'm not even worried about I am just going to make squares. I'm going to putter with it till I'm in the triple digits of squares. I will then do math because if I do math beforehand, it'll be daunting and I won't want to do it. But if I'm already at like 150, 200 squares and I easily need 300 plus squares, then I do the math, then I'll be like, whatever, I've already done 2/3 of it. What's another third, right? It's a
Yeah.
matter of perception. So I've set the arbitrary deadline that I will be done this year. This is not going to be a years long project. This will be this year. So this project's going to creep up a lot. I'm thinking I'll make a ton of progress in the summer when it's too hot to put anything on my lap. Those will be
Yep.
weeks when I crank out squares because they're small, they're easy, quick and done, and I don't have to have any yarn in my lap. And when we're plus 30, I don't want anything in my lap. I don't want my wool. I don't want my cats. I don't want my book. I don't want none of it.
I understand.
So there's that. So that's what I'm puttering with because of course I have. Otherwise, I was going to have one project to talk about. That seemed kind of silly. Time for you to talk.
Time for me to talk. Okay. Well, I guess I can talk about this thing that I'm crocheting.
Hmm.
Excuse me, let me just finish this shell here.
No finishing for you. No, it's fine.
No finishing for me. Okay. I will talk about my fingering weight fireweed fiber co yarn blanket.
Hey, listen,
It's almost like we like to make the same stuff or
we
very
really do.
similar things.
We really do.
Anyway, I have just wound the yarn and started color 6. So that's like these 3 stitches over here. No, not 6, 7. I just started color 7.
Okay.
So this is how many rows you get out of 6 minis
Okay.
on a very wide blanket. This is gonna be so cozy. I'm so excited for this. This is just an absolute treat to work on.
This is the danger, is it's relaxing to work on.
No, I love simple stitches with pretty yarn. It just brings me joy. I have a yarn on the go for this one. This one came with me to a
Ooh,
place.
did it?
It did. I crocheted at a cabaret.
Make that sound so fancy.
There was a Valentine's Day cabaret on Saturday, so I brought this to. I thought I was. So let me explain why I brought this to a cabaret. Because I thought I was going to be sitting in the back because we got there kind of late, like just before the show started. So I thought I was going to be in the back, but I did not end up being in the back. We ended up being with a front row table.
Okay.
Um, and second, I this sounds terrible. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was because it was like the dance company's recital basically. B was supposed to be in it, but she got injured this past week, like days before the performance, and had to pull out last minute, which
Ouch.
yeah, sucks. So we went and saw the show anyway to support a group, but I thought it was going to be like a bunch of like really beginner people and it was not going to be very good and it was very long and I was like I didn't my expectations were not super high.
Okay.
And they were blown out of the water. The show was amazing. The choreography was so good that even the absolute beginners looked amazing. And then they sprinkled in actually absolutely amazing, like award-winning people. So the show was amazing. And so I did like half a row during intermission, but I did still bring it out and take a picture of crochet at the cabaret while the stage was empty during intermission. So there's nothing to see because it was that kind of cabaret.
See, I would have taken my socks and I would have knitted without looking.
I don't have socks, unfortunately. I didn't have any plain roundy knitting to bring, otherwise I would have brought that. This is my current simplest thing that I've got, and I
Okay.
need to look a little bit.
I think we need to
Anyway,
cast
so the
on
show was
some
amazing.
roundy socks.
I do need to cast on some roundy socks.
Yep.
So I did crochet at the cabaret.
Okay.
I find that I find that hilarious for some reason. Anyway, it was amazing, and
Listen,
yeah, not much crochet
during
actually happened.
during the break, I absolutely told you about an Instagram reel, which just proves my humor is not, it's not really for public consumption.
All
Oh
crafters are at least a little unhinged. I've
yeah.
determined. This is my professional opinion.
And I'm okay with
All
that.
right, this is just granny striped shells and fireweed fiber coat yarn, the advent calendar from a couple years ago,
Yeah,
and it's lovely.
excellent. Hopefully we didn't pick up the sirens.
Not too bad.
There was a fire one street over and a couple of blocks for an apartment building last night, overnight. So
Um,
we've had a lot of activity going on today. For obvious reasons, I think everyone, 2 people went into the hospital with smoke inhalation, they thought, as of this morning. Because obviously, like we just started hearing about it on the news this morning. So hopefully they're okay. So It's a danger. It happens. It sucks baloney butts, but it is a thing. Must acknowledge.
Yep.
All right. Now, with the last clue going out, Diana and I have decided that we're just going to do the grand reveal because it is awkward to hold up the shawls at this point and not spoil the last clue, but show off the other clue. So we're just going to show you the whole thing because it is still a mystery for people who are working towards it. We are not going to show our shawls this week. We're giving everybody the time to do that work. This is, however, my reminder. Do not forget to pick up your final PDF and document updates that are going to go out not this past Monday from your guys' perspective, but this coming Monday, because after the next podcast episode goes live, I will be making the pattern paid for that weekend. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh yeah, and then this is my second to final reminder. Only one more time, I'm going to warn you guys. And then we're out of time. It is a thing
Pick up your
that has
updates
happened.
because
Pick
I don't
up
know what
your
happens when we flip it to
updates.
paid.
I don't know, and it is entirely outside of the realm of my control. That is why I'm doing as many warnings as possible, because I have no control over this part of it. So there's
And so
nothing
far
I can do.
it's worked in ways that were unexpected. So
Yeah, it's been
it's a
a
learning process.
learning thing. So I don't know what's going on with it. So hedge your bets and make sure you've done your updates. So having said that, we are just a motoring along today, which is very, very good. I didn't get any sewing done this week. I was hopeful, but life happens and
Sweater challenges happen.
sweater challenges occur. I mean, what are you going to do about it, right? I do,
Knit a whole
however.
sweater in 2 weeks, apparently.
That's the hope. I would love to be done a DK weight sweater in 2 weeks. I think that would be amazing. No? Am I wrong?
No, that'd be totally amazing.
I lost my mind, which is important. I am currently looking for a word for you. Excellent.
I
Here we
need a
go.
word. Okay, what's the
I
word?
do need a word. Hang on, I need to pick a word. I have a little collection that got sent in. Let's pick a word.
The word of the
Actually,
day is
the word of the day is pick a number between 1 and 5.
I was very tempted to say 6.
That is fair, but that is not the number preferences to which you were given.
4.
Okay, you chose Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
You chose it. Hey
All
guys,
right.
guys, I got rubber duckies to add to my rubber ducky collection. They're unicorns. Look, I have rubber ducky. The
Do they
mysterious
squeak?
Mr. B's mom gifted me seasonal themed rubber duckies with the Halloween theme a couple of years ago. I have been delighted to receive additional rubber duckies of seasonal themed quantities throughout the years. So I am amassing quite a collection of rubber duckies at this point, and I am still tickled pink to get rubber duckies. How in the world she found 2 unicorn rubber duckies in different color palettes, I don't know. She
You don't
gets
know
them
where she
from
finds these things.
Dollarama. It's a toy in the
Mm.
Dollarama section, right? But I'm very excited to have a white unicorn rubber ducky. And I have a yellow unicorn rubber ducky. Say proper wordage. That is my acquisition. I received 2 new rubber duckies. I don't use them, guys. They sit tucked in bookcases and behind things and around a TV. And I just sort of tuck them in different places all over the apartment. So when you're looking around, you just randomly see a rubber ducky. Then they get moved because like Mr. B sees it and then he puts it in a new location. Or one of my friends come over and goes, "No, these got to be together. These 2 are apart." So like this whole story is being formed out of these rubber duckies. I swear to you, we are all adults. We are all 35 plus years of age.
And yet,
And yet, oh, we play with rubber duckies. It's
we
fun.
still all love rubber duckies.
We still all love rubber duckies.
Like we're children.
Like we're children. Hey, listen,
All right.
I stalled. I can't do anything else for you. It's the only thing I had to think of to stall with was my rubber duckies.
It's appreciated. All right. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we talk about a great many things, including, I suspect, shortly we'll be talking about how to Frankenstein our scraps together into finished objects
In fact,
for that bonus content that's coming up that I'm
I
actually really excited about.
may be doing some research on that right as we speak.
Excellent. What else do we have? We have YouTube memberships. YouTube memberships are a thing for, I believe, like $2 Canadian a month.
You
I
signed
sound
up.
very sure about that number. It's like $2 or $3 Canadian a month. Um, you get access to some cute little emojis you can use in the chat when we're live, and you also get a few Stardew Valley gaming videos that you can stick on in the background to keep you company while you craft.
More stuff to come as soon as we figure out what we're doing.
Also that. In the last Stardew Valley, it was my wedding. I got married. And it was
It's true, you
Halloween.
did. Yep.
What else? Was that the things? Oh, the Patreon Enid is coming up this Saturday. That's in just a few days.
Do you need me to take over? Is that it? Have you checked out?
I don't know what else do I need to say. I can say all the things,
You can
I
say
think.
all the things.
I don't know. There's a Patreon hangout coming up
There
on
is.
Saturday at noon Manitoba time. We just hang out on Zoom, and it's like a knit club, and it's great. No,
It's
not on
true.
Zoom. We don't do Zoom.
Not
That's the
anymore.
wrong one. That's the wrong app. We hang out on Discord and chat. It's a good time.
It is. All Patreon members who are $5 or more a month get to join in on that. So, as always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support, liking, subscribing, and commenting on YouTube lets you guys interact with us here and on other social media platforms where you could show us what you're working on. Oh, into the admin stuff. Here we go. Once more down the rabbit trail because boy,
Down
I
once
love
more into the sun of my black despair. I
not
don't know.
that
That just
bad.
popped into my head. Sorry.
Oof,
Carry on.
I think we're adding a
Carry
little
on.
too much drama to this endeavor.
Carry on.
It's a little early in the week for that much drama.
Nah. They're seeing this on a Wednesday. It's the right time for that much drama.
Holy Hannah. Feel like I need to have a midlife crisis and a chocolate bar or something. Okay.
What, we don't like Phantom of the Opera?
It's maybe not on a Monday afternoon. Maybe not on a Monday afternoon.
Fair.
We have
Oh, sorry, carry on.
currently ongoing the podcast anniversary, which is the Choose Your Own Adventure mystery knit along with us. At this point, yeah, guys, we know this shape is not a mystery anymore. The stitches are really where the mystery is, and the last clue went out today. Well, last clue went out Monday from your guys' perspective. So we are almost officially done. Whew, that was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm
It's a lot of
happy
work.
to be winding down. It was fun, but it was a lot of work. We have the lit along, which neither me or Diana consistently have worked on at all since we started the thing. So I
Yeah.
arbitrarily decided I want to be done my librarian cardigan before we cast on for the spring equinox cal, which is literally March the 19th. So plenty of things are happening. Plenty of things are happening here. So we have, as usual, a boatload on our plate. For fun, last Saturday of the month, we do whip sprints, which means we will spend several hours chatting and knitting with you guys here on YouTube, where for 25-minute intervals, 20-minute intervals, I am never going to remember some
25.
number of minute intervals.
It's Pomodoros,
We,
if that means anything.
sure, if maybe. I mean, I might understand what
I
it
don't know
is
if you're
later.
really into productivity stuff and time management stuff, you've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique.
I'm really
If you haven't,
not.
it doesn't matter.
We also do craft off challenges. So the first Sunday of the month is live, and that first Sunday for the month of March is coming real quick
Surprisingly, yeah.
because it'll be the 14th when this goes out, and there's 29 days this time in February.
Oh, is it?
Is it 29 or is it 28 this year?
I don't think it's a leap, is it?
I
Oh,
don't
there
remember.
is. Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, we've got 29 days.
So, we're 15 days from the end of the month as of Wednesday, because that's
Well,
how
we have
math
until the first
works.
live. We have until the first live, which will be on the 3rd of March.
We, I'm sorry, we have 15 plus 3 days.
It's a whole 18 days. We're good. It's fine.
She hasn't picked it up yet.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry
Everything's
about it.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
And I think that's it. I think that's what we've got for the moment. Excellent. In which case, I'm going to say that I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to
Don't forget
knit.
to knit.